All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cosplay Bites, the podcast show about cosplay, conventions, and all the nerdy bits and bytes. Um, for this episode, it's a little bit different. I've got a buddy here named Jonathan who recently reached out to my page because he is working on an interesting convention idea that'll be upcoming within the next few months, and he wanted to come on and talk about it. And then, yeah. So, how you doing?
Good. Busy. This is my first convention.
Yeah.
They so it's to anybody thinking about putting on a convention, if you're into that type of thing, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's I'm doing this full time right now, and it's if it goes the way I want it to, this could be really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Just the normal stuff that you guys are hopefully used to by now. For those who aren't aware, Cosplay Bites is a podcast show that I run mainly on a number of platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. And if you guys would like to rate and review the show, that definitely helps out a lot. I mean, it pretty much is the reason why I'm able to do PAX East for you guys using my show. So thank you so much again for that. That's coming up at the end of the month in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited. Over on my blog, The Lightning Palace, I'm kicking off the yearly annual hashtag of 29 days of black cosplay. So I'm doing it like I did last year, where I do one POC cosplay feature a week. And then it's been very helpful with all with following the hashtag. So I got a brand awesome bunch of cosplay that I'm going to be able to hopefully feature throughout the year. So for now, you guys can check out. I did a product review on a Batman hoodie from Hero Within. Featured on Nemesis Cosplays Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses, ACD Ramon's Genji from Overwatch, and I've got upcoming featured on Oki Kospi's Nargaset from Monster Hunter, Akakioga's Zelda, and a bunch of other cosplayers like Sanguine Cosplay and Serendipity. And last but not least, shout out to my fellow patrons on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me. I've got Shaylin, Noah, Kendall, Coralia Jade, Oh My Sophie, Katyuska Moonfox, Mink the Satyr, and Nicole Marie Jean. And with that out of the way, double checking my little list here. Yeah, we can get right into it. So, what I've known so far from what Jonathan sent me is that this convention name is Creation Con, and it's a one-day event held up in New York. And I guess I can just leave it to you. So, I guess what made you want to start just creating a convention and trying to run it?
So basically, well, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory to tell you how I got to this point. Are you familiar with what happened with ITT Technical Institute?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that was that was an interesting.
remember the
It was a scandal, right?
It was, yeah. Well, I won't get into the nitty gritties of it, but because that's kind of boring. But
Yeah, don't. But it had to do with like money and just
yeah, somebody did something that was dumb, and yeah. But anyways, so I was one of those people that was almost going to graduate from there. I was going to graduate in like 6 months, And then I still remember the morning, I woke up and my buddy texted me and I got an email saying, yeah, they're done, dude. They're closed. This is like a week before I was supposed to start going back to classes. And I think it was like a Tuesday morning. And so I get this bombshell dropped on me. Like, I haven't even woken up yet.
Oh
And I
my
get
god.
this on me and I'm like, oh, okay, sure. A grenade just went off by my head. Okay. So that started. Yeah. So that happened, and tried to get my credits transferred, but then they wouldn't take them because they lost their accreditation because of what they did, and so I, yeah. So that happened, and I so basically spent a little over a year looking for work, and then I finally found a job working in BJ's, and then I found the best job of my life. After that, I worked at BJ's for like less than 2 months. Got another job. It was awesome. The hours were great. The pay was great. The location, everything. And then I get a text one day just telling me the temp agency that was helping me said, "Oh yeah, can you call us after you're done today at work?" And then I'm in the car on the way home, and they're like, "So today was your last day?" Like totally out of the blue, no warning, no nothing, just chunk, you're done, bye. And so that happened. I'm like, okay, and I had to look for work again. I was out of work for like another, I don't know, 2.5 months or so. And then I found another temp job because I was like, well, that's better than unemployment. So took that one. You're gonna laugh. I can laugh now, but then the pretty much the exact same thing happened with that job. They let me go without notice and without warning, and my boss was actually discussing what I was going to do the next week. She was going to be away for a couple of days, and we were talking about what I was going to do the next week. And she came over to my cubicle, and she's like, "Oh yeah, so today's your last day. Bye." And so this is the second day. This was like last September. This happened, and at that point, I'm like, this is insane. And so I said to myself, I'm not getting any younger. I'm like, I'm um I said to myself I was already thinking about doing a convention just because I've been to like Albany Comic Con, Saratoga Comic Con, and my buddy and me just went to, there was a steampunk convention that we went to out in Cortland, and originally I wanted to do a steampunk event because I've been getting more into steampunk like the past year and a half, and so I thought but I didn't see any like steampunk things around me. There was stuff in Massachusetts, there was stuff in Connecticut, or down near New York City, and out near like in Cortland area, but there wasn't anything like in where around where I lived. So I was like, I want to do something for people around here. And so that's originally what I was going to do, but then I found out that steampunk events are a little bit different. They're I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like steampunk events. They're cool and everything, but they focus more, I think, as far as I know, they have more of like a they focus more on the history of an area, and
Sure.
so they're
Yeah.
just a little bit different than what I wanted to do. Because I wanted basically what my convention is a like a cosplay event. I creating love creating new stuff, and I love doing creative stuff with cosplay or just in general and with geek culture and things. And so I thought it'd be really cool to have a convention where people, it's not just where, like, eventually I want to get a place um where there's three sections of spaces in the con, and one where you just buy stuff. It's like a traditional convention. You got your vendors and you can just buy stuff. And the other two, the one's a performing arts section, the other's like a crafting and building type of section. And I thought it would be really cool to give people resources that maybe they don't have in this area yet, or
Huh.
just something a little bit different. And so, yeah, I wanted to focus more on like doing things that I didn't find around here much.
Okay.
So so I wanted to focus more on like building cosplays, and I'm actually probably going to do a cosplay competition for the first event. Already got things starting to line up for that, and we're doing some different stuff. If you For anybody listening, if you come to my con, hmm. just be prepared for some a little different. Don't worry, it's all good. But I'm like it's I didn't want something that was just like, oh yeah, look, another convention. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the conventions around here. They're fun. I go to Albany Comic Con. Oh gosh, I've been going to that for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or something. And it's great. But I'm like, I feel like, sometimes you just gotta put the habanero in the chili powder and then in the chili sauce. um, so if you come to a convention, it's not gonna be the same.
Okay. So I guess you went over like why you wanted to create this convention. And it's
Yep.
going to be located. It's a one-day event located at
Yep.
a hotel in Albany, New York, if I remember correctly.
Correct. Yeah, it's at the Red Lion Hotel. That's, for anybody that knows the area. It's 5 minutes up. It's about like 5 minutes up the road. It's like a little over a mile from Colony Center. It's one of the two main malls in the area. It's on Wolf Road in Albany, New York.
Okay. And so you said you wanted this to be somewhat more like a cosplay centered convention. Like you mentioned, you wanted to have like certain sections, and you said one would be like a crafting section. So, and then like a vendor hall. So
Yep.
I'm guessing maybe you'd attract
Mhm.
vendors that sell like cosplay materials and possibly like props and all that. So
Yeah. So
what
my
do
first,
you?
yeah. So my fir-
Yeah, go ahead.
so my first one. The first event is going to be like an introductory event. We're keeping it simple, keeping it one room, but I like to give people a little bit of a taste of what we want to do, because right now it's just me and one other person working on it. So we're trying to keep it simple for the first one, but we're gonna have signups. We're gonna have different opportunities for people to get involved if they want to, like a whole bunch of different things. If you're an actor, cosplayer, if you can make stuff, we want to do like designs. We want to make. I'd really like to design the room so it doesn't. When you walk into the room, it's. I mean, this is what I want to do for future shows. If anybody's listening that they like to do like set designs or something like that, I really want to transform the room into like a whole nother world that you feel like you're walking into, like a mashup of just like steampunk or Star Wars or sci-fi genres and things. And I want it to be an experience, not just another, oh look, somebody's putting on a convention. It's like you walk into the room and it's like, wow, this isn't a hotel. this is like you're in outer space or something, or like a, mad scientist, laboratory or something like that, or just like, yeah, I really like to wow people. So yeah.
Okay. So from the flyer that you sent me, and that this convention, it's connected to a Facebook page called Goggles and Gadgets. Is that like
Yep.
is that like your company name? Like the company that's producing these conventions? Like is that the angle that
Correct.
you're going? Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the owner of Goggles and Gadgets, and that's my Facebook page that I started, and so yeah.
Okay. And so you've had this idea for a little bit, and
Yep.
so one day event is happening in April.
Yep.
Have you been able to like get tickets sold, or no? Wait,
So
it's all at the door. I'm remembering the flyer.
what we're doing, I'm probably going to be posting a link soon, for ticket sales. So I'm going to have both, and
Right.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna have both online and at the door. It's gonna be $5 online and $10 at the door.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Talked about the impact in relation to cosplay. You cosplayed yourself, as you've
Yep.
mentioned.
Yes.
What characters have you
Yes.
dressed up as?
So I actually started cosplaying 2015. I believe it was when Force Awakens came out,
Okay.
and yeah, it was when Force Awakens came out, and I was that was the first time I actually successfully grew a beard. I tried before, and I'm like, can't do it, can't do it. And but then that came out, so that gave me a reason, um, because I wanted to cosplay as Obi-Wan from Episode 3, and so I did that. And my first cosplay was, yeah, it was Obi-Wan, and I went for more Episode 3 look, and then I've done Obi-Wan. And I've done a bunch of like custom steampunk cosplays, and I usually go more Victorian, but I
Right.
have yeah, I do waistcoats. It was weird. I don't know, but I found I don't know where they I don't know where they came from, but I was looking through my closet and I'm like, hey, I got 4 pairs of corduroy pants. Okay, sure. Don't know where I got them from. I don't know. Maybe my brother gave them to me. I don't know. Sometimes he gives me clothes. But I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, I found those, and then I've just been kind of collecting. I find stuff online, and I like all that. I kind of pick and choose from from different stuff online, and yeah, I've been doing a lot of steampunk lately. Got top hat, goggles. Oh gosh, what else? I found a real brass metal cane from Saratoga Comic Con, which yeah. Um, so yeah,
Cool. Cool.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Let me just look at my little screen of topic questions here. Huh. So, how has it been like trying to get together a first convention and just like running it? Because you told me earlier, before, that it's just you and one other person that's so far working on this. I mean,
Yep.
you're probably hoping to
Yeah.
get maybe like some staff for the con overall and like security and all that kind of stuff. So like how's the process been in terms of like getting a convention together?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been rough. I kind of been flying by the seat of my pants a lot, and I started this out in October of last year, and I was like, you know what, let's try it, see if I can do it. You know, I wasn't sure. I never tried it before, but I wanted to see if I could pull it off. And yeah, it's been rough. I kind of, well, I won't say I wasted 2 months doing something the wrong way, but you know, it's a learning process.
Sure.
So it's a learning process. Yeah, I'll learn a lot, but yeah, right now it's for the first convention. I would actually, yeah, I probably could use one other person to join my core team and just to help with, you know, possibly advertising or, you know, stuff like that. But yeah,
I'm sure there's
and as
people
far
around
as,
that would be more than willing to help out with that.
yeah, that would, I've been posting about it on Facebook, and I'm going to be looking to um, get booths at other conventions to help promote it and all that. And so, yeah, so there's that. And as far as security goes, I am still looking for people for the day of, and yeah, be able to host the ticket booth and also the volunteer sign up booth. So yeah, and actually, oh yeah, that reminds me. Um, if anybody is interested, I'm not going to give too many details. It's kind of a surprise, but if anybody cosplays as Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, the first movie, I'm looking for the whole team: Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, you know, Groot, and you know, all those guys. Um, looking for a group to do a little something in the first convention. So if anybody's interested, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else about Creation Con that you wanted to add before we wrap up? Because I don't know what else you'd be wanting to talk about as far as like this convention. But it sounds like you're doing good. Hopefully it has a good turnout and like people get excited or enjoy with what they see there.
Yeah. So just I'm trying to think. Hmm. Yeah, like I said, it's a I wanted to be a convention for all ages, and because like I said, I like doing things that are a little bit different, but I like just on a side note, I'm also working on 5 trilogies of video games and 2 standalone video games, plus possibly starting my own YouTube channel with a couple friends. And so I like to do, yeah, I like to do big things, but I also like to do like really creative stuff that's really gets people's like creative juices flowing. And
Yeah, you got a
I
lot
thought
going
about,
on.
yeah.
Holy smokes!
That's I mean, I know everybody says that, but I'm like, just on a slight tangent. I was sitting at work one day, and my job was, it was very boring, but that's fine because I could think about other stuff. And I was like, I was kind of concerned a little bit because I've been working on one game for the past 3 years, and then once my team got in place, I wanted to. My goal was to put out one game a year, and I was thinking, oh snap! I've been working on the same game for 3 years. I need to think up a ton more ideas to start working on now so I could start rolling them out. So I basically those once my team gets in place, those 5 trilogies are my goal is to have um to put out one game a year. And so that's the next like 15 years of my game studio once it gets in place. So that's kind of how I work. I'm planning, like with the convention, I'm already starting to plan the second show because I'm in my mind. I'm telling people, hey, I'm thinking about this for the second show, and I'm always thinking ahead while I'm planning the first one. Then I'm starting to work on the second one, and I always
Sure,
like to
sure.
keep something in the in the in the future there. Um, yeah, it's going to be a family friendly event, so you can bring your kids, you can bring anybody. I mean, sure, you can bring your grandma if you want to. And because I wanted it to be just a real fun environment for people. The one thing I will say, bring your dancing shoes, because as far as I know, there hasn't been a dance floor at a geek culture convention, at least not around here that I could see. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's try it. um, but yeah, so I like there's a certain part of me that just sometimes you gotta it's like sometimes you gotta go a little crazy and have people be like, what the what the heck is this? This is totally over the top, but it's awesome.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, it's not not I mean don't worry, it's not going to be that crazy, but I'm like like I like to say a little habanero in the chili sauce. Um, so yeah.
All right. Well, sounds good to me. I think this is a pretty solid spot to wrap up.
All
Hope you
right.
guys enjoyed learning more about this creation convention. And like I said, it'll be happening in April. So check out the Facebook page for Geeks and Goggles, or the Goggles and Geeks.
Goggles and
Goggles and Geeks. Sorry.
goggles and gadgets.
Goggles and Gadgets. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, that's okay.
Goggles
That's
and
okay.
Gadgets.
Don't
That's
worry
the
about it.
Facebook page. And you can
Yep.
find the flyer for the convention.
Yep.
And
It's the it's on the pinned post, and if you go under the events tab, go under the events tab, and the event is up there now, and tickets will be up there. Tickets will be up there soon, and so we're working on some details with that. And hopefully, if I think Facebook just added the option that people can buy the tickets right off the Facebook page.
oh yeah, I believe so.
Yep.
So yeah,
So
that's
hopefully,
convenient.
so yeah. So hopefully, I'm going to be able to get that right on the Facebook page there.
Yeah, and that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. This month in particular, leading up to PAX East, I have a lot of stuff planned. I know next weekend, or no, this coming weekend, is Katsucon, and like a lot of girls, a lot of cosplayers I know are going to be there. I'm planning several episodes about the convention with them for afterwards. Cosplayers like JC Cosplay, the Shoujo Mom's gonna come back. And I know my friend Mick the Satyr and our episode we've been planning, that's coming soon, also after Casicon. And I know next weekend, or this weekend, jeez, I'm going to be debuting another new episode type with another cosplayer. So be sure to look forward to that. And you can follow my blog at Lightning Palace blog on Instagram and Lightning Palace on Twitter. And be sure to like the Cosplay Bites Facebook page. And if you want to send me topic ideas or suggest new guests for me, feel free to do so. And that is it. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you all next time.